Hey everybody, this is My Flight Subscription. Today we are going to go over a couple of tips and tricks that you need to know on Google Flights in order to fully take advantage of the deals that we are sending out to you. So let's go ahead and jump right in. You can follow my cursor, which will help point to the information that I'm talking about. So we're going to look at two deals today. Almost all of them are out of Salt Lake. We're going to use one out of Salt Lake and then one out of LA because these two fares illustrate several points that I know are very important for you to utilize as you navigate Google. We're going to start with the email that I send out. Pretty simple. You're going to see some information right here about the flight, pricing, the airline, how many stops it has, and the months it is available. All right, the next section sometimes includes sample dates. Sample dates, one thing you need to know about those, they are never comprehensive lists. They include examples, they are samples. So if you don't see a date there that works with you, do not think that the airfare is not available. That is almost always not true. There you go. That helps you kind of navigate the email a little bit and what these sections mean. Let's jump over to the Philippines email there from LA to the Philippines for $238 each way. Really good deal. So we're going to scroll down. It has the same format. If some flights have longer layovers, I let you know. Longer layovers, keep that in mind. Let's jump down to info. For example, I put longer layovers. You might want to know that there's more availability if you do not mind paying an extra $50 to $75. So if you're not going to read the email all the way through, you might miss out on some of these tips. So read it through if it's really a deal you're interested in. Let's look at this. Same info right here. Airline has 1 to 2 stops, and then the months it's available. We're going to go to Google now. We're going to go to Google Flights. At the bottom of each email are some links, so let's click some of those. We're going to jump over and look at these two very quickly. Right here are some parameters that we put in for you so that you can navigate the site a little bit easier and you're not filtering through even more flights. So let's look. We've got this 27-hour flight, 2 stops, 477 round trip. That's the deal that it's sent to. You can obviously scroll down and look at some other options. You may say, well, for about 8 hours less or so, I just want 1 stop and save some time, and I'll pay the extra $115. Cool, totally up to you. Keep in mind to look out for those. That's not always the case though on the sample fares. Some sample fares, that'll work out. Some other sample fares it won't. Tool that you need to know about is this little button right here, the calendar button. I'll click that and I'll exit out and I'll click it again. That calendar button is so important for you to see. It gives you a whole monthly view of what's available. Okay, so keep in mind the months that we said were available in the email and come explore that using these sidebars right here. See the sidebar here? You can scroll between months. That allows you to see availability of fares throughout each month. And you see there's a lot of availability in November, limited in October. The second really important tip you need to know how to navigate is this little guy right down here in the middle, this 7-day trips. That tells you how many days you're going to stay for, and that's what's reflecting in the prices up here. So if you're willing to stay 6 days, for example, instead of 7, can increase your availability. Maybe you go to 9 days or 8 days. In this fare, it doesn't look like it really matters. So just keep in mind that sometimes it's useful, sometimes it's not. I would definitely play with it if it's a fare you're really interested in. It can really open up a lot of availability. If you can be flexible for like a day, it can save you money, and it could potentially get you into dates that were not available for longer or shorter days. Next, we're going to jump over to this guy. Same thing, just a different link to a different date. Down here, we're going to look, all right, so 477 for 28 hours or 18 hours for $685. I mean, if you want to spend an extra $200, go for it. Again, this is just a sample fare. You're going to use these little arrows to explore the dates that you're interested in. The last thing I want to show you are hidden fares. Hidden fares are when these little green airfare deals right here show, like, for example, 477. Okay, 477, you click it, and what's actually occurring when you actually get here, it bumps down to a lot less, right? So in this fare, it doesn't occur. But the fare we sent out to the Netherlands yesterday, it was showing for like 460 round trip out of Salt Lake. It jumped down about 150 bucks. So we often let you know when there are hidden fares. I wouldn't worry about trying to find those every single time we send a deal out. We'll let you know almost every time that those are occurring. So there are the tips and tricks that you need to know to navigate Google Flights to make sure that you are navigating it correctly and that you're maximizing the pricing and availability offered to you. If you guys have any questions, please shoot me an email and we can go over more videos to help you navigate some of these websites. Thank you so much for choosing My Flight Subscription.